But Bruno used to send a van full of goods down there every Christmas, and there would be high end wines, Opus One, all kinds of high end cognacs, Louis the 13th, all kinds of specialty meats, homemade wines, all kinds of nice cigars. I mean, it was like packed. Picture a van, cargo van packed with all that type of shit and expensive shit. So you could see where it could come to 50,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and he spread it around. He gave it to all the captains. Here, make sure Pat gets this, make sure this. And I used to go over to the Gigantes' houses and their restaurants and deliver directly to them.
Wow.
The products. Yeah. So this was before I was made. This was like in 2000.
After you got made, and again, me being the outside guy, I heard they also do the Manatacata where everybody goes in a circle, holds hands, and then kind of.
We didn't do that.
Okay, I heard about that.
There's a great story to that.
I think we lost Anthony for a second. Anthony, you there? Tell the story while we get him back on.
Well, so when I was in a WIDSEC unit, Anthony, real quick, when I was in a WIDSEC unit, I'm not going to mention this guy, very powerful guy in the mob, turncoat, and I was looking for him. I was in MCC. I was like, where the fuck this guy go? I'm looking all around. And I walk into a room, there's 5 guys in a circle, and him right there. I said, what the fuck? There's Puerto Ricans, black guys, there's everything, Mexicans. I go, what the fuck? He goes, Frankie, hold on. He goes, I'm showing these guys how the ritual goes. I couldn't believe one guy was looking at me like, come on, is this guy serious? Yeah. I go, I said, come on. I couldn't believe it. The guy's a little nuts.
There was a story that, who's that guy from Philly, the mob boss there? Not Stanford. Who the fuck was that guy? The guy that, the boss there, Joey Merlino had him. What's his name?
Merlino, Natali, Scarface.
Natali. Yeah. So Natali was in the prison, and he was still acting like a mob boss after he cooperated.
Oh.
And one of the guys that were there, this guy, I don't even know if he's still alive, but this guy was a dangerous fuck. I mean, he made a deal with the feds for killing, a couple of people, but he left out 4 murders. So he made the deal with the feds. He was on the street. His boss, Pete DeCrum, ended up flipping. This was in New Jersey, Newark, Pennsylvania, one of them areas. And, gave him up on the 4 murders that he didn't tell the feds about. So they took him in and he got fucked. He got like 20 more years on his time.
Wow.
So, but he never was a made guy, and he always wanted to get a made guy. So fucking Ralph straightened him out in one of those,
kangaroo.
Yeah. He gave him his
kangaroo fucking makings.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He got his button for 10,000.
Oh my God, the guy was, but he was a dangerous fucking guy. He was a real, he was a killer.
Yeah,
he really was.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you get your button. So I always wonder, about the pivot points and different, you make a decision, go left or right. Now that you have your button, you're a powerful guy. You now have your button. What's next? What was what did it mean for you post making?
Nothing changed for me.
Okay.
Nothing at all. I still was selling marijuana. I was still doing but what did change? My status of my area changed. Yeah. I started getting, I could go on and on about stories, but it started leaking out of who I was amongst the people in the know.
Sure.
And this is, don't forget, this is before any high profile murders. The guy we shot in New York, that's they thought Albanians did it. That's not even on the radar yet. Yeah. So it's I'm just known as the same guy. Nobody even knows I'm a made guy. So nothing really changed. But then Bruno didn't know I was a made guy. They didn't want to tell Bruno. And a lot of shit was,
that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of shit was, but don't forget, they wanted to protect me, insulate me. Yeah. And if you figured, there's so many informants around, it's going to reach one of the informants. I'm going to say, no, Anthony got it made. Anthony got his button. And then Anthony is actually the guy here. They're all listening to Anthony. So they wanted to eliminate all that. That's why they were going to put Felix up and don't tell these guys. But I was getting introduced to gangsters like Providence. I got introduced to the boss over there, Louis. I got introduced to the bosses in Boston. I got introduced to other mobsters all around the outskirts as a made man. You know, they call you up Amico Nostro, you know, and because you can't introduce yourself as a made guy if you're by yourself. So nothing really changed. And the only thing that changed, the guys underneath me were getting more aggressive. They wanted to they were using my influence to further their
right. So where they want to be.
Yeah, so
I got you.
Now they know that they know who I am. They know they're in the know. Not these jerk offs that go on YouTube and say my story. You got this one fat jerk off that goes on the YouTube shows and takes my story like I'm talking.
Don't even talk about him. No, everybody knows he was a nobody.
Right. So what I'm saying is not those.
Don't give him no air.
I'm talking my real crew that were part of my that were part of my my money making schemes. And you can know that, and everybody will know that, like who was partners with me in their sports. I had multiple partners in sports. Who was partnered with me in the Shy, the Joker poker machines, the numbers business, all the legitimate business, all the shakedowns. Whoever was
you were big,
know that they were in my crew. Anybody else that wasn't in partner with them were jerk offs that are just spreading lies on the internet.
Interesting. Now, question for you, Frank.